And we are back with another special guest. Andrew, would you like to do the honors, my good sir?
Yes, we've got the pleasure of being joined this evening by Hayden Kozlow, fighting for no boundary title this weekend. Uh, he's 6-0, fighting at a Hardknocks, and yeah, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, I've been excited to make this happen and talking to Andrew
Yeah,
about it for a little bit. So, yeah, man, thank you for having me.
yeah. I've heard. The first time I've heard about you was Andrew had glowing reviews about you. He was just like,
Yeah,
"Yo, this is kid from Hard Knocks. He's undefeated. He just fought on Warriors Cup. This fight was crazy." And I
yeah,
watched your fight at Warriors Cup, and I was okay. This kid's he's freaking good. He's
That
freaking
thank
fight,
you,
good. But
that was a sick fight.
yeah, he will.
thank you.
He's been talking about you nonstop for months. Like, like,
Yeah, man, thank you. Yeah,
yeah,
it was a fun fight for sure. It's a good test. Faced some adversity before, just like short notice, got sick in the weight cut, and you know performed well still. So, and it was just Warriors Cup is sick, so
yeah.
it was
It's a
fun.
great.
You know what I mean?
It's an awesome it's a good venue. Like it's so much different than fighting like locally. It's just like it's nice to go out to New York and like see the differences and like competition and like how they set up the show. That's always really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like how did just going off like the no like the I don't want to talk too much about Warriors Cup, but like I remember my first time like walking like normally they have you upstairs in like the area where like everybody's hanging out. And
Yeah,
you walk outside, you walk down like the spiral staircase, and like
yeah,
I remember my first time doing that. It was just like weird going outside and going down the spiral staircase and like sitting behind like the curtains.
yeah,
Like
yeah. The long hallway underneath, like
yeah, yeah,
and I felt like
yeah, yeah,
like Gladiator or some shit, you know.
right.
I was
It
just
feels like you're
like,
walking
dang.
through a dungeon.
Yeah, I was definitely like that long hallway. I was like, oh my god, this is like sick, you know. Like you hear like the music
Yeah,
above you, it's like doom, doom, doom. And you're just like, oh my god,
yeah.
this is cool. So
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
yeah,
So let's talk about just fighting in general. What got you into? What are your origin stories? How did you get into martial arts? How did you get into Muay Thai? Like, what's your background?
yeah. So I mean, just growing up, like I grew up in like a football kind of family. Like my brothers played in
Yeah,
college, my cousin played in college, and like my stepdad played for like the high school that we played for and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I grew up
yeah.
in Virginia, but I
Okay,
don't know, something always kind of drew me to fighting. Like I don't love team sports, you know. So like I played football, basketball, but it was just something that kind of always made me want to like fight. Like watching Rocky and like
yeah, yeah,
blood sport and like movies like that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Enter the Dragon. And then before I moved up to Massachusetts in 2018, I almost started, but I was just kind of like too scared to like go to the gym the first time, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I understand.
I was getting like really into like watching fighting, like MMA in particular. Like I wanted
Yeah,
to do MMA. Like McGregor was real big and like and stuff like that. So I was like, man, like I don't know, I just could do that. Like you know what I mean? I just felt like I could do that
yeah,
shit. Like I was like, no, like 100%. I would just watch it and just be like, that's like reasonable for
yeah,
me to do. And then I don't know. I spent my first few months up here. Like I was living with my grandparents, and like I just would like say like, oh man, I'm gonna like do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start. And then like I wouldn't go, you know.
yeah.
And my Christmas present that year, my nana, she paid for my first 3 months to whatever gym I wanted to go to. And
Okay, okay.
that was my Christmas present, and I was like, well, man, I gotta go now. Like
Yeah,
she put
yeah,
money into this, and I started at a Muay Thai gym in Braintree, and I don't know, I just did it the first day, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this forever. Like this is what I'm gonna do
yeah,
the rest
yeah.
of my life. You know what I mean? And just
It's
kind of
funny. It's so crazy.
ever since then, just been like really just dedicated my life to it. You know what I mean? A lot of the
Yeah,
decisions I made in my life have been just around just getting better at Muay Thai. And
yeah,
originally it was MMA, but then I just eventually, once I was in Hawaii, I went to Hawaii for school. I was like, I'm just gonna do Muay Thai, like fully. So
yeah. I have a question for you. So like, cause like it's funny hearing your origin story. It's very similar to mine. Like
yeah,
when I first started Muay Thai, like for the first I signed up at this like I used to train at this little like it was a weightlifting gym. They had like a little tiny room upstairs, and I paid for like a month. I didn't go. I was too scared to go for the first month,
yeah.
and then I was like, then one day I was like, stop being a little bitch and just go. And so I just went, and I fell in love with it. Where do you feel like that fear was coming from? Did you feel like you were scared that maybe you wouldn't like it, or like it would be something like too challenging, or like what exactly do you feel like was like initial deterrent for you?
Yeah. I mean, I think just anxiety about like just other people, like, you know what I mean? Like, what are they gonna think of me and stuff?
Yeah,
I think that definitely was like, because like you want to go in and you want to start something, you want to be good, but like
yeah, yeah,
with something like fighting, it's such a skill based sport. Like I knew I was gonna suck, like you know what I mean.
yeah,
So I was like it kind of deterred me for a little bit. You know what I mean? Just the social anxiety, like. I like to talk and like stuff like this, but like I'm a pretty like introverted person, so
yeah,
and just dealt with like social anxiety a lot in my life in general. So
yeah, yeah.
like just like that part of it. But once my nana put money in, I was like, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no
So,
uh,
what was like the first? So for me, right? As soon as I walked in and I threw my first punch, the coach was like, "Oh, you're a natural," and I was like, "I'm a natural," and then that was
yeah.
like the moment. What was that moment for you where you were like, "Oh, this is it"? Like, what happened for you? The like,
I mean, it's kind of similar to that. Well, we were doing kicks that day, and I just was
yeah,
like, throwing the worst kicks of my life. I have like the video of like the first like time hitting the bag, and I'm like dabbing
yeah,
as I kick, or they hit the like when they, and I was just
yeah,
like it just felt good, like kicking like
yeah,
the
yeah,
pad, and he was just like, oh man, like like you're a natural, like you're good, and like I don't know, it just was so much fun. It just felt like right,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and I just was like, yeah, I'm never gonna stop, and here we are, like almost 8 years
Okay,
later. So just
okay, okay.
yeah, man, it's just so much, it's too much fun. Like I never did something like that. I was like, man, like this is so fun. Like it's just fulfilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just like feeling like you're getting better. There's always something to learn. That's just what's kind of like driven me. Like you know what I mean? I just was immediately obsessed with just like wanting to learn more and get better.
yeah, yeah. You have the
Did
bug.
you
You have the bug.
train out in Hawaii at all when you were out there?
Yeah, yeah. So I went to University of Hawaii for like a year, and like my whole thing was like then I still want to do MMA. So and I moved up here, but I always wanted to like go somewhere. You know what I mean? Like just in my life, I wanted to go live somewhere else and like go on my own. And school is kind of the easiest way to do that because I was still in school at the time. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Hawaii, like, and I'm gonna go train at like Max Holloway's gym, and I'm gonna become an
Yeah,
MMA fighter. Like, you know what I mean? And so like I got into school out there, and I was training at Legacy Muay Thai and like Gracie Technics out there, which is where like Max trains and stuff. And Ivan Flores, who's the head coach out there, head striking coach, he's like known for coaching MMA fighters, but like he's hardcore like Muay Thai, like straight Muay
yeah,
Thai. He trained like Cal Samrit like back in the day when like Anuwat was there and stuff. He's I think his pro record's like 11-2, and just like the best mind for fighting I've ever like been around, and um just like taking the class. I remember the first day like I took the intro class, and there was like it was like harder than any class I'd ever taken before. And I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. You know what I mean? Like, you just hear him like talk about fighting, like breaking it down and like talking about how like, just, he doesn't do like a ton of interviews and stuff, but the few you find,
yeah,
you like hear him talking, you're like, this guy's just like thinking on a different level, and,
yeah,
I just like fell in love with Muay Thai, like pure Muay Thai from there. I went from like watching like Israel Adesanya Glory Kickboxing to like Muay Thai's was like my only like YouTube recommendation. Just
yeah,
like
yeah,
great, like that what channel I'm talking about. I don't think they really post
Oh yeah,
anymore,
yeah, yeah.
but just like watching straight Muay Thai, and I just like this. I'm gonna stick to this. So I was
yeah,
there for like a year, and I don't know, man. Like I was studying like business, and like I'm not knocking school, but I wanted to like really go all in on fighting, so. I kind of was like, well, I could go to school whenever and wherever, but I can fight right now.
True.
And like,
yeah.
so I kind of left school and came back, and my intention was to go to Thailand a little bit sooner than I did, and then go back to school. But just life changes. I met my wife. I'm here now. And,
Okay.
stay here, and did eventually go to Thailand, but yeah, Massachusetts is where I'm at right now. You know what I mean?
Where in Thailand did you go?
I was at Sitjalpo. Well, I was at PK
Okay.
Sanchai for 2 weeks, and I just did
Okay.
not. I didn't love it. And then I went
The
to
style is different, right? Like this, because you're kind of on your own there, and then like some people kind of like,
yeah,
hey, well, let's, yeah,
yeah, and I just at that point I only had 2 fights, so and I was kind of like, well, I'm here to learn more than anything, and I just felt
yeah,
like
Yeah.
I wasn't learning a lot, so I just felt like it wasn't like the right time for me to be at a gym like that, and
yeah,
like I was there by myself, you know what I mean? I didn't have
yeah.
anybody with me, so I didn't speak English to anybody at PK for like 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of English speakers,
Yeah.
so. It was really cool to see all the people in there, and like you see like Tall and Chai hitting pads, and like Praj and Chai, like San Chai came in one day and stuff, and just be around like some of those big names. But it was like, well, I'm here to learn, so I went to Sichapo for the rest of my time. It was about 3 months I
Okay.
was there, so yeah, it was fun, man. Sparring like all the time, like Sichapo was a great gym. You know, the trainers are awesome. Um,
Is
Highly
that
recommend
in
for anybody.
Bangkok or Pattaya? Like, where
It
is
it's in Hua Hin.
Hua Hin? Hua Hin. Okay,
It's
okay,
like
okay.
two twin brothers. They like started.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they post their
I know
sparring
exactly what you're talking about.
videos a lot. I think
Yeah,
one of them's in Sweden now. I want to say.
yeah. He's married to
Um,
some woman in Sweden. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I know exactly what
So
you're talking about.
I had a great experience there. Like, really want to go back soon, when I can. But yeah,
Nice.
Have you? So, for like your training in Thailand? I'm guessing you didn't compete out there. You just kind of trained out there and like
nah, I just
experienced
trained.
like.
Yeah.
No. Do you feel like this what you learned out there for the 3 months have really helped you improve coming back, or like do you feel like you like how much has your style changed since spending time in Thailand compared to like I guess before you went or after you went or like where you're at now? Like obviously you're always evolving is kind of what we do as
Yeah.
fighters, but like do you feel like Thailand really helped like it just adapt your game and open up your mind to more about like what Muay Thai is from like the Thai standard, or like what exactly?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like I definitely changed how I view just like this because there's so much sparring at the gym and like Crew F is always talking about like rhythm and timing and
Yeah,
like how to not be like messy when you fight and like when
yeah,
you're
yeah,
sparring, and that just was like a huge like change for me. You know what I mean? Just to not be
yeah.
like I don't know like a spaz. Not that I felt like I was like a spaz,
I
but
understand. Yeah, yeah,
like just like not just like just about striking, but like when and like how at the right time. And I felt
yeah,
like
yeah,
that you're sparring so much at that gym. It's literally like you get 3 rounds of pads, like shin pads on, and you're just like, all right, and you're sparring for like over an hour, 2 times a day.
yeah.
So
Nice.
you just learn how to like place your shots, like when to throw it, not just like throwing it just to throw it, and uh,
Yeah,
especially like like I said, timing, like offensive timing, like the defensive timing, like when you block, when you catch, like when it just was like an epiphany almost for me,
yeah.
you know.
What year
And
was
then
this, by the way?
2024, first three
Okay,
months of
okay,
2024, and then
okay.
clinching, obviously, like I was like, I'm all right at clinching, and then I went over there, I was like, oh man, I suck at this, like
Yeah,
but um, yeah, it's like Thailand's awesome. Like just the training, at least that I got, I was real fortunate to get like really good
yeah,
training and have that like a aha moment, where it started to click a little bit more.
yeah.
Um, and I felt like from my first 2 fights to my last 4 have just been like you can see like the difference. I feel like I have good timing, good rhythm, good defense, and I felt like just keep on getting better. And especially in my sparring now, too, like at the gym and wherever I go train, it's sparring also has a focus. That was like a big thing there. It's like I'm always working on something. Like one round I'm being
Yeah,
Muay Thai, one round I'm being like a femur, and just learning different techniques and how to apply them
yeah,
in different situations. And I think it's truly helped me get better just since I've come back. Like that's been my mentality in sparring. I feel like I've really grown a lot.
yeah,
You know?
So obviously, like you want to kind of improve upon the styles and things like that on all of them. But do you feel like you have a particular style of fighting? Like, how would you describe your fighting?
Man, like when I'm sparring, I'm like real back foot, like femur style and like tricky. But then when all my fights, I'm like super aggressive. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like like just I've kind of ended up being like more of like a Muay book style. But I really like to think that like to me, like a femur in my mind is like I'll take the fight where you're least comfortable, So I try and train like to be good everywhere, and then like I feel like in my fights I've shown that it's like, all right, where this guy's like not good here, this is where I'm gonna be able to take the fight. And currently, like it's been a lot more like pressure and like pressuring guys with like good defense, and then like finding that shot that they can't defend and
Yeah.
just like keep going with it, But I'm hoping to like evolve into more of like a femur style and be able to show that, but I know that'll just come with like experience. But at the end of the day, it's about winning,
Yeah.
and like if I got to be aggressive to win the fight, then I will, you know.
That's understandable. Like, so, like, you say you want to stay in this forever, and like just kind of going off of that, like, so do you have aspirations of going pro, or like, what do you like? What's the future looking like? I know we don't want to overlook our current opponent that's
Yeah,
happening this weekend, but like, long term, what's like your vision long term for Muay Thai or for yourself, like in the sport?
yeah, man. Like ultimately, I want to turn pro and just go like as far as I can. You know what I mean? Just be the
Yeah,
best version of myself. Ultimately, um, kind of like shifted recently, less about like I want to get this belt and that belt, and just be like
yeah,
focus
yeah,
being the best version of me. And I just feel like that kind
yeah,
of taking a lot of pressure off and made me perform a lot better.
yeah,
But yeah, like ultimately, I want to turn pro and just go as far as I can, you know,
yeah.
and just love
Another
it.
question for you: do you feel pressure being undefeated,
Uh,
or does it not bother you?
Not really,
No.
not yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, no. Like I said, I try and just take it one fight at a time and
yeah, yeah,
just focus on like what I can do in the fight. Because at the end of the day, when the bell rings, it's not gonna matter that I'm undefeated and
yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
the new
Yeah,
fight every time. Not to say like the cliche answer, but it's just kind of
It's true.
it's how
I
it
don't
works.
know.
How it works. Yeah,
Just like I said, the only thing I can control is like what I do in the
yeah.
fight, and like me being undefeated doesn't really matter once the fight starts.
That's true.
So
It's true.
but I mean, not there are times where it's definitely like, man, like I don't want to lose. I don't want to
Yeah,
on my record, but I'm not afraid to lose anymore. Like
yeah,
I used to, and like my first couple fights, it was like, man, like I gotta like make sure I look the part. Like I dedicate so much time to this, and like
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, not to sound like some motivational speaker or something right now, you know what I mean? But like, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Like, nobody really cares but me and like my wife. Like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
couple days
Yeah,
after
no,
the
it's
fight,
true.
like, no, I'm gonna be
It's
back
true.
at work, and like, it doesn't matter. So, just focus on being my best and doing my best. And usually, when I perform well, like I win. So,
Yeah,
uh, you know,
yeah. That's the most important thing. And like you said too, like the accolades, like they'll come. Be the best version of yourself, and everything else just kind of just come with that. And as long as you
yeah,
keep pursuing that, yeah.
yeah. Is that like something like sorry, off topic? I know you're asking me
Yeah, no,
questions.
no. Keep
You're a
going.
pro
Just
fighter. You
conversation.
know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like, is that like for you? Like, I'm always curious how like people tick. You know what I mean? Because some people, it's like I'm gonna be the champion of the world, and that's like motivates. And we were talking about this at the gym the other day. Like, there's some
yeah,
guys it's like that works for them. You know what I mean? But like for me, it was kind of like it just made it less fun when I was like, because I did have that. Where I was like, I'm gonna be the best in the world, and it's just like
yeah,
I didn't enjoy it as much.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I for me, so like just how I tick, like I so if you knew how like not serious I am, you'd be surprised. But like, so just ticking wise, like I do believe I'm like the best in the world. But like I know it requires work. We were just talking about this with we just had Romani on, and but like it to me like I don't really not much really phases me. I don't really take like not that I don't take things seriously, but like I just kind of very just chill. So like
Yeah.
I take things as I just go with the flow. I take things as it is, and I just keep moving because I my biggest mentality is like it's not so much of me like being I'm gonna be the best in the world. I've been doing Muay Thai for what, 14 years now, so I've had this one goal for 14 years. I just want to see if I can make it to one of the biggest promotions. It doesn't matter what it is. So either like RWS one, or even if I can have like, I had like a new goal. If I can have 100 pro fights, if I can
Yeah.
accomplish one of those things, then that's me accomplishing my dream. And then like that's just like I feel like a lot of people don't actually accomplish the dream they set out. So I'm like I just want to see what happens if I really accomplish the dream that I said I was gonna do when I was 23, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's for me is all it really was. Like I always told myself, and I always said this a long time ago, that I wanted to have one fight in one FC and retire. That was like my dream. Like I was a GoPro, make it to one FC, win one fight, and then okay, I'm done. Like this is all I wanted to do,
Yeah.
and then go do something else, you know. But like I love Muay Thai. Like I'm obsessed with this sport, and something that happens sometimes. Like I wake up wondering what would happen if I didn't love the sport anymore. That like scares me sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
what would I do if I woke up and I no longer feel the same way about Muay Thai that I felt my entire life? Like, what would I be doing? So like, but like, luckily I haven't reached that point yet. But if we're just talking about what makes me tick, it's just I've just been chasing this dream forever, and I just want
Yeah.
to just see it through. Like
Yeah.
I honestly believe you only lose when you quit. Oh, sorry, you only fail once you quit. If you don't quit, you will never fail at anything in life. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how long it takes. It's patience. It's a grind, but you can make it, and you just believe you can do it. And that's kind of like where I'm at.
Yeah.
And so that's all I want to do. It's just like I've been doing this for so long, dedicated so much of my life to this. Let me see it through. Worst case scenario, I make it X so far, but the beauty of that is I can take the next people further than I went. That's all I want to do. But enough about me. This isn't about me. It's about you.
So,
So yeah,
man, like
yeah, yeah.
I
And
love.
like that's sorry, that's like the thing too. Like I want to be an open book for people because I feel like coming up, I didn't have the best guidance, and so like I want to basically give people as much tools that I wish I had, just kind of how to navigate all this shit. Because there's so much like stuff, especially as you keep going, that pops up, and then if there's nobody telling you what to look out for, you could fall for anything. And then like I feel like I'm a fighter, so I'm looking up for fighters, and then like it's always just it's just a weird sport sometimes. But
Yeah.
overall, I just want to be an open book for people who like want to know like how do I handle this? I'm like, okay, this is what happened to me. Here's what I think you should do to navigate that. And that's kind of like what this podcast turned into, and like what we're trying to do is just kind of share information.
Yeah.
Like, one example, like I didn't know how much pros got paid until I went pro. You know what I mean? Like no one
Yeah.
ever talks about fighter pay, and that's crazy. And like I used to train at Hardknocks a long time ago, and back when I was training, that Steve Walker was a pro, Julio Pena was a pro. There used to be a dude named Amadeo who was a
Yeah. I'm
professional
a
fighter there
dad.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so like, and I was there when Amadeo walked in the building and was like sleeping in the back of the gym.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
I've heard
remember the
the
very
story.
first, yeah, I remember the very first day he walked in. Like, we were training, and then Bill and some other guy were like, "Oh, he says he has 86 fights, and like he has 86 professional fights." Like, yeah, like, and like, oh, cool, go shadow box, hit the bag. I was like, we'll watch him and see like how he does. And so they're watching him like hit the bag and like move around, and like, oh, this dude really has 86 pro fights. And he has all the videos and stuff like that. He spoke no English, just like
Yeah.
Portuguese, and yeah, and he was just sleeping in the back of the gym. Yeah, and but like back then no one talked about how much fighters made. There's no information about actually being a pro. And like I'll gladly share all the information because like it was stuff I was always curious about but had no idea about, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, it's just that. But how are you so back to you? How are you feeling like this is your first title shot? And I know like you said the titles don't matter and it's just like you being the best version of yourself, but it must feel nice to like get your first like amateur title shot, especially like
Yeah.
be at a home gym, or like at a home promotion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely something I've wanted for a little bit. So
Yeah,
it's good to see like hard work pay off and like just get a chance. Fight for the title and especially no boundary. It's in New England, it's the biggest
yeah,
Muay Thai promotion. So it's a good step for me in like the right direction. Is kind of how I see it, just like the
yeah, yeah,
trajectory for like my career. So especially I feel like it's a little early on, I would say, for me too. Like I mean, I've been training a while, but it's only my seventh fight. So
yeah.
some guys get a little bit longer. So it's a good opportunity for me.
You're good. You're good. Trust me. Like the fact that like you're 6 fights in and you get in your first title shot shows just how talented you are. That's all you should look at. Like, yeah, like you wouldn't be getting the opportunity if you weren't ready. That's
Yeah.
all you should think about. Yeah,
hmm
yeah,
So I definitely feel ready. I feel good. I've been, like Hardknocks, Bill, Jarrell was like coaching, Steve and just like
yeah.
all the team that we have over there. And then, I'm still at integrated martial arts with Julian Wen.
Okay,
So um, I have the right people around me, and I feel confident in that. So yeah.
that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Nice.
Is that youth. Big country. Being awfully quiet. Get any questions over there, man?
I do have a question.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's your favorite way to relax after training?
Coke Zero, man. Just a nice
That's my
Zero.
guy. That's
Like,
my guy. They
you
have
know,
Coke Zero. But which one do you like? You like the normal one? They have the orange vanilla one. I think they got cherry Coke Zero now.
nah, just the regular Coke Zero, man. Like a cold can,
Yeah.
like after. Julian's always on me. He's like, "How do you sleep at night?" I'm like, "I don't know. I probably just drink so many that the caffeine doesn't affect me."
Yeah.
Coke Zero could like sponsor me, that would be great. Like my
You gotta
wife
start-
gets me like Coke Zero merch for like holidays.
Yeah.
Like I drink.
You gotta
so
start posting stuff. Start
know.
posting your like, yeah.
I really
Just
do.
post
contact
pictures of your
stuff.
Coke Zeros.
I went to Atlanta for a work trip and we went to a Braves game and like, the Coke factory is like right there and they were like giving them out and I was like, yo, like you don't have no idea how much I love this shit. And they were just, like looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, I'm telling you, like I drink this all the time, like more than water. Like give me some. Like, But
Just
yeah,
drinking
now,
Coke Zeros in the corner.
Yeah.
Packing Coke Zero.
oh, dude,
Ask
like,
you one once you win from the commentary booth, so you can hold it up.
yeah, seriously, man. Seriously, something. Just shotgun one or something. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, Coke Zero, and then I don't know, I like just going home and like, at the end of the day, just spend time with my wife and like
Yeah.
watch TV, tell her about training, and just be like, this happened in sparring. I did some cool shit, like
Yeah.
or like
She
this
loves
this
hearing about.
this happened, and I'm trying to like talk through figuring it out. I'm really the most important thing I have is like my wife. Like she's just the most supportive, person that I have like just on my team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She like learns about Muay Thai just because like I love it. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
just my number one fan. So just like coming home after and just like talking to her about training and just like our day and stuff like that is probably the best way to relax after training and some Coke Zero.
Does she train?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
is,
man.
is she ever interested in training?
We've been doing
Or
like a
no?
little bit. I've been like holding pads for her.
You hold pass for her, like
Yeah, but like that's about it. She's
Okay.
also a southpaw, so I'm turning her into a
Okay.
southpaw too.
Nice.
Okay.
Like tell her just left kick. That's all you need to do. Just left kick.
Yeah.
Left kick. Like
Cheat code.
so, yeah.
So you you have a change of opponent, right? Colton is a replacement.
hmm
Has that changed how you've been preparing for him, or like anything like that, or is it just the same game plan? Like you don't really care who you fight.
Yeah, I mean like it is what it is. Like you know what I mean. It's definitely different. Like the original opponent was the same gym. He was like 5'7" or 5'8", and Colton's like 6'3".
Okay,
So
so
that
it's-
definitely like changes some things just for the game plan, just because like this dude's like huge. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
but it'll be fun. I'm excited for the challenge. But other than that, like just like focus on, like I said, what I do. You know what I mean? Haven't really found like much. I found like one of his old fights, So, but like, my last opponent, like I didn't really like had a hard time finding his fight too. You know what I mean? And then we were like
Yeah.
expecting him to come out one way, and then Jared came out southpaw, and I was like, oh, like I was not
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Like, or not that I wasn't ready. It was like, luckily I spar with like good southpaws, but it was like, I think it was like a good learning lesson. Is like, not like be so focused on what one person may do because like it's a fight. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, little different, just said with like the height difference. But like overall, nothing crazy. Still training the same, training hard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But,
Andrew, any questions, or should we get into the game?
I was gonna just ask him the same thing, later
Okay.
on your opponent, but yeah, why don't we get into the game?
Okay, perfect. So let's get into this game. It's called Rapid Rounds. The way this works, you have 3 rounds. We'll ask you 10 questions. You have 3 seconds to answer the questions. Okay. If you don't answer the question in 3 seconds, it counts as a knockdown. Just like a fight works, if there's 3 knockdowns in a round or 4 knockdowns in the fight, it's over. Each round they get a little harder. So first round's pretty easy. Second round's a little, I would say it's hard, but it gets a little like around the medium. Third round requires the most thinking. If you need us to repeat a question, just tell us. We repeat it. Some questions will have like multiple choice. Other questions will just be like just open answer. And am I missing anything else about the rules?
That's it.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So
Let's do it.
anyway, so at the end of once this is complete, at the end of this, if you complete it, no problems. You have like a minute or two. The floor is yours. You can plug whatever you want, say whatever you want, and we good to go. So, Andrew, you want to start us off?
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, round 1. Question 1: what's your favorite strike? Punches, kicks, knees, or elbows?
Kick. Left kick specifically.
Okay. All right, question 2: southpaw or orthodox? What do you prefer fighting against?
Orthodox.
Question number 3: what's harder, early morning runs or late night pad work?
Early morning runs.
Question 4: if you're listening to music before a fight, do you prefer hype or calm?
I don't listen to music before fights.
Okay.
Question number 5: what do you think is more important, power or timing?
Timing.
Question number 6: what's the first technique you ever learned?
A kick. Body
Question
kick.
Body kick, nice. Question number 7: do you watch your own fights back?
Yeah, all the time.
And number 8: what's your favorite part of training right now? Pads, sparring, clinch, or conditioning?
Sparring. I'll always be sparring. It's the most fun.
Question number 9: would you rather fight taller or shorter opponents?
Shorter.
Question number 10: what's one word you'd use to describe your fighting style?
Smart.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, number 8.
First round.
In our last 2 interviews, both of them answered pads, and I was like, really? Like, that's crazy.
Sparring.
Yeah.
I love sparring. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's
man.
got to be sparring, man. It's got
All
to be.
day. With the right people.
Yeah.
With the right people,
Yeah,
it's fun.
for sure.
Yeah.
The wrong
If you're
people.
not killing each other,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
killing each other.
It can definitely be number 4 if it's with the
Oh,
right.
yeah.
My favorite part is just hanging out. That's it. Just watching a real
Yeah.
spar. Just sitting down, eating snacks. That's my favorite part. All right. Round 2. Okay. What's harder to deal with, an aggressive fighter or a patient counter striker?
A patient counter striker.
Number 2. Have you ever won a fight but felt like you lost?
No.
Number 3. Which matters more in the long run, natural talent or discipline?
Discipline.
Number 4. If your opponent knows your strength, do you still use it?
Yeah.
Number 5. What's more dangerous, confidence or overconfidence?
Confidence.
Okay. Number 6. Would you rather have a great chin or perfect defense?
Perfect defense.
Number 7. What's one habit that separates amateurs from pros?
Oh, that's a knockdown.
Yeah. Okay, so the way knockdowns work, just think about it a little bit, and then just expand upon it. So think about the answer, tell us the answer, and just explain a little bit of why.
There's a few things I would say, but I would just say like overall, like calmness, just and being able to think in like the
Yeah.
heat of it. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
especially just composure.
Yeah.
That's the word I was like
Okay.
trying to think of. I was like, I didn't get it out fast enough. But composure
No worries, no worries, no
is the
worries.
biggest difference for sure between an amateur and a pro.
Yeah. Number 8. If you could steal one skill from another fighter, what would it be?
Talon Chai's teep.
Number 9. Is fear useful before a fight?
Can be.
And number 10. What's harder to recover from? A physical loss or a mental one?
A mental one.
Okay. 2 rounds down. 1 more to go. Back to you, Andrew.
All right, round 3. These are a little bit harder, a little bit more philosophical, pause-worthy, if you will. So, question 1. If fighting didn't hurt, would it still mean the same thing to you?
Yeah.
All right, question number 2. Do you learn more from winning or losing, and why?
Learn more from losing. I just feel like when you're the more you fail, that you have to fail a bunch before you succeed. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't mean like necessarily losing fights, but like losing in the gym and on the pads or strength and conditioning. You know what I mean? Sometimes that shit sucks. So you gotta fail, and then you will succeed eventually. You know. So I think yeah.
Nice. All right, question 3. At what point does toughness become a weakness?
When you're getting hit too much, you know what I mean? It's like at that point, your defense sucks, you know?
Question 4. If you could know the outcome of your next fight, would you want to know?
Yeah, why not?
Number 5. What defines a real fighter beyond winning?
Oh, man.
That's 2 knockdowns. That's 2 knockdowns.
Dude, how do I knock you guys down? That's a question I want to
It's rigged.
It has to be later. It has to be something later.
All right.
You can knock Big Country down.
We got brass knuckles in our gloves.
Just have a roll of quarters. Yeah.
Defines a real fighter besides winning.
Yeah, beyond winning. Beyond winning, yeah.
I think just the ability to just, keep going, you know what I mean? Like, Muay Thai is hard, and you hear that saying, like, Muay Thai is pain. And you guys were talking about it on your last one.
Yeah, we were talking about it, yeah.
And I think it's just the ability to just endure and just keep going because, I mean, really, like, you will get good as long as you just keep doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of, I would say I've learned over the years. So win, lose, or draw, you just keep going and keep fighting another day. And, I think that's what makes you a real fighter is not like necessarily the results, but did you keep going? You know what I mean? Did you keep, and like the other part of it is I would say like separate from that is just having heart. Like, you know what I mean? Like never say die. Like you're not going to quit, Yeah. So you're saying like when you quit, that's when you fail. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Back to it is question 6. Is it possible to fight without ego?
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. I think you can. It's hard, but it takes experience. I'd say.
All right. Question 7. Would you rather be remembered as exciting or undefeated?
Undefeated.
Nice. Number 8. When does strategy become hesitation?
I don't know. I'm not sure. When you're too married to what you think the other person's gonna do, you know what I mean? Like you watch a bunch of film and you're like, this guy's like does this and that, and then he comes out and he does something completely different, and you're like, but he's supposed to do this, like,
Yeah.
100%.
the fight.
He was gonna leg kick, and then he just does some. He clinches you.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. Do you think fighters are made or born?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I think a little bit of both. I think some people are born with it, but you still have to be made, even if like you have that like edge where you were born with it. if that makes sense. Like I think some
Yeah.
people have it, some people don't, but you can definitely make it. I think it depends on like your life experience too, like things you went through in life. You know what I mean? I guess you could say you were made then. So maybe you're just made with then. Because I think people go through stuff like like this obviously isn't the time. But I had like a pretty like not the easiest childhood and like went through a lot. Just like family life and like where I grew up. And I think it just like that was way harder than fighting. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
like so I guess you could say you're made then. Yeah, your life experience can make you more of a fighter, I guess. But like some people maybe have had an easier life and they're dogs. You know what I mean? They still can
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
So it's not a 100%.
Okay.
Nice. All right, final question. If you had to stop fighting tomorrow, what part of you would you lose?
Hopefully nothing. But
Yeah.
we were actually talking about this at the gym the other night. Like, I think guys like have like I don't know if addiction is the right word, but like it's like right now this is like my addiction. So
Yeah.
I'd like to think that I wouldn't lose anything. I'm trying to work towards that. But it would be super hard. Like I don't know if I'm not in the gym for like a couple days, I'm like antsy. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but that's why I'm trying to work on myself too outside the gym. It can't be everything. But yeah, hopefully nothing.
Yeah. Just like piggybacking off that, I feel like what happens with a lot of guys is they get so caught up with just being a fighter, that's all they know, that when it's gone, they lose their identity. Like for
Yeah.
example, Dustin Poirier it's happening to him. He's talking about it like he's been doing his entire life. He doesn't really know who he is. But like what people don't realize is that you can still like stay in the sport. You just don't have to be the fighter anymore. There's so many different avenues you can take that keep. If you love the sport, you can stay in it. Referee, a coach, forget a
Yeah.
judge. There's so much things you can do outside of just fighting that keeps you involved, and just like thinking, having that like the foresight to think about, okay, when this is over, what can I do that still allows me to be a part of it, and that's like
Yeah.
something that helps a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I think that's why guys
Yeah,
they keep fighting and they're like even though they're losing and like they're getting knocked out, it's like they keep going because they just like they can't.
yeah. They don't have like an idea of what to do beyond that.
So yeah, it's definitely trying to something I'm trying to think about now. Even though I'm young, I still got a lot of fight career left. It's like,
You have a lot of time left. Yeah,
but when
you
I'm
have a lot of
done,
time.
you know what I mean. I don't want the. I've always told myself like I want to leave the fight game on my terms, not have
Yeah,
it
yeah,
leave me.
yeah,
So I think part of that is just working on myself and just being like the best I can be outside of fighting, like coaching guys and like being a good husband and eventually a dad one day. You know what I mean? Like things
yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
That's the way.
It's the way. And thank you. We appreciate having you. Appreciate like just talking to you and everything like that. The floor is yours. You can say whatever you want. Plug in anything.
Well, first, thank you for having me. Just
Of
shout out, of course, like my team and like all the people that have been involved in like getting me to the point where I'm at. It's been a lot of people, from my first coaches to when I went to Hawaii. I was just there too. So shout out Ivan, just for like taking me in, always treating me good. And then like my team at Hardknocks, crew Bill, of course, Jarrell, um, Julio, Steve, my boy Julian at Integrated Martial Arts, has just kind of been like a mentor and one of my best friends over the
Yeah.
last, few years and stuff. And just all my teammates and of course my wife, most
Okay.
importantly.
One last thing. Please tell us your Instagram so we people who can listen know where they can follow you.
Yeah, my Instagram is underscore Hayden Kozlow underscore. So
Okay.
just type in my name, Hayden Kozlow, should pop up, hopefully. And yeah, that's really the only social media platform I got right now. So
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Much
yeah,
appreciated.
thank you guys, thank you
Yeah,
for
of
having
course,
me.
of course.
Thank
And
you
we
so
will see you April 18th, and hopefully we brand and new.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's the plan. That's the plan.
that's the plan.
So,
All right, man.
all right. Thank you, guys.
All right, have a good one.
much.
All right, you too.
Uh, okay, not
Maybe.
bad. Thank you guys for being